Today, we're diving straight into a text that makes a massive, absolute promise. It breaks down the top 5 AI tools every single student needs to not just survive, but actively thrive in today's high pressure academic world. But before we get to the actual countdown, ask yourself this: what is the biggest academic bottleneck you face right now? Think about your own daily grind. Is it massive research fatigue? Is it just the sheer volume of reading you're assigned? Or maybe it's trying to synthesize all that complex data into a coherent essay at 2 in the morning. The reality is, the volume of information we have to process today has completely outpaced traditional study methods. And that's exactly why this countdown exists, to solve those specific bottlenecks with targeted software. Section 1. The AI Study Revolution. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we have an essential tool for capturing information, and that's Otter.ai. Now, you might think a number 5 spot is just a nice to have on a standard list, but in the context of this specific countdown, this AI transcription service is an absolute baseline requirement for the modern student. Think of your study routine like a giant assembly line. It's how you take raw data, process it, and output actual knowledge. Well, Otter.ai is literally the entry point into automating that assembly line. Instead of frantically scribbling down notes during a 2-hour lecture and missing half of what's said, this tool captures, transcribes, and highlights all the key points for you. It guarantees you aren't wasting your precious cognitive energy on raw data collection when an AI can just seamlessly streamline the whole shebang. Moving right along to Section 2, Tools 5 and 4. Coming in hot at number 4 is Quillbot. If Otter is your entry point for gathering the raw data, Quillbot is your processing plant. It's a highly advanced paraphrasing and editing tool designed to refine your writing and instantly fix any awkward phrasing. What we're talking about here is advancing the student baseline. Basically, the definition of an average student is totally shifting. Studying without AI assistance for your editing is no longer the standard. Quillbot pushes that baseline way higher by acting as a real-time proofreader. It helps you instantly restructure those clunky sentences so your final papers read clearly and professionally. You're suddenly competing against AI-equipped peers who are turning in highly polished drafts in a fraction of the time, so you really can't afford to be left behind here. Section 3, Tools 3 and 2. Breaking into the top 3, we have Elicit. This AI research assistant is essentially the core pillar of this recommended workflow. It sits right in the middle of our countdown for a good reason. Finding and analyzing credible research is without a doubt the heaviest lifting any student does. Elicit automates that incredibly tedious deep dive literature review. When you compare traditional manual study methods to using these top-tier AI tools, the contrast is honestly night and day, especially when researching. Picture yourself getting lost in hundreds of pages of dense, unsummarized academic journals. That is pure friction. But utilizing Elicit creates a totally frictionless research process. You just type in a research question, and it scans millions of papers to instantly extract the key claims, the methodologies, and the summaries. It completely removes the massive administrative burden of sifting through databases, meaning you can actually focus your brainpower on analyzing the findings. Just barely missing out on the number 1 spot is our runner-up, Perplexity AI. This acts as a conversational search engine, and it is going to completely transform how you gather your initial information and facts for any given assignment. The way Perplexity works makes it an absolute must-have for your daily workflow. See, instead of handing you a massive list of blue links to manually click through like a traditional search engine does, it actually reads those links, synthesizes the information, and writes out a direct answer for you. And yes, it comes complete with footnote citations to the original sources. If you're starting a brand new project and you aren't utilizing this conversational search to instantly map out the topic, you are leaving a massive amount of your own time and potential on the table. Which brings us to the main event, Section 4, the number 1 tool. Taking the absolute top spot on our countdown, and you probably guessed it, is ChatGPT. This is the undisputed cornerstone of the modern academic toolkit. Whether you're using it to brainstorm essay outlines, explain complex quantum physics concepts like a private 101 tutor, or even debug lines of code for your comp sci class, it is the ultimate multi-purpose academic engine. The source text is super clear on this. These are the top 5 tools every student should use regardless of their major. Imagine staring at a blank document, totally paralyzed by writer's block on a massive final project. It's the worst feeling, right? Well, instead of staying stuck, you just feed your assignment rubric and a few rough ideas into ChatGPT.
Within seconds, it hands you a structured outline, potential counterarguments to consider, and a logical flow for your paragraphs. It acts as an interactive sounding board that gets you over the hurdle of that terrifying blank page. It's the perfect example of what a peak AI-assisted workflow actually looks like.
All right, on to our final stretch, Section 5, Maximizing Your AI Workflow. Let's take a step back and review how this whole hierarchy seamlessly links together to form one unified study system. You use Otter to capture your lecture notes. Then you jump to Perplexity to quickly gather foundational knowledge on your topic. Next, Elicit lets you dive deep into credible academic journals for your citations. After that, ChatGPT acts as your brainstorming partner to structure your thoughts and break through any writer's block. And finally, Quillbot polishes your writing to ensure your tone is absolutely perfect. It's a complete ecosystem designed to handle every single stage of an assignment.
But making this a reality means following a really clear 3-step journey. Step 1, acknowledge the tools and actually get them set up. Create your accounts, bookmark them in your browser. Step 2 is implementing them into your student workflow by turning them into automatic habits. Maybe use browser extensions or set up hotkeys so they're literally just one click away at all times. And finally, step 3 is utilizing them for true academic efficiency. You let the software handle the heavy data processing so your human brain can focus entirely on deep, critical thinking.
So as these top 5 AI tools totally rewrite the roles of academic workflows, automating the transcription, the initial search, the formatting, and the editing, what exactly does the ultimate role of the human student become? If AI is seamlessly handling all the busy work and the heavy lifting of data collection, your job is no longer just to process information. Your job is to become the architect of ideas. I'll leave you with this provocative thought to chew on as you look at your own study habits tonight. How will you use these tools to stop simply memorizing and start truly mastering your education?